We got a bunch of different tiny homes here. One is this home we built maybe 8 years ago. My family lived in it, 4 of us, 4 years, 240 square feet. So this is our home. We live here. This is the Jungalow. We always had the vision as the family is growing is to extend it to the right of the chimney. We doubled our square footage. These are the stealths, the stair shelves that go up to my boys' room. One of the most key components of living small or tiny is to have that blendability from the indoors and out. We do these rolling round windows. It's basically tempered glass that was a tabletop, and we repurposed it into a functional, operable, rolling around window, which is basically like a sliding door. So Sol Projex was founded about 8 years ago by myself. It's an 8.8 acre property. We have some beautiful gardens. We have some little shelters and alternative structures and some little tiny homes here as well. And then over here is more a sustainable wood shop and building facility. We're basically building and donating sustainable structures and giving them to humanitarian organizations. Essentially, it's a little holistic approach to seeing how do we kind of share and co-create in ways that really support one another and the land. So yeah, I've been building and creating mainly with wood for the last 25 years, exploring different building methods and styles and materials, and to build and create your own home is just like, it's one of the most primal basic skills, and I feel once you do that, you'll be living in your little bubble, which will be the most beautiful thing.
Many DIYers start with zero woodworking experience, including myself when I built my tiny house back in 2014. So if you find the idea intimidating to build an entire tiny house on your own, don't worry, because the internet is here to save you. Nowadays, there are plenty of online resources to teach you the basic skills for building a house, including Woodworkers Guild of America, who is the sponsor of this week's video. Woodworkers Guild is your online resource for woodworking instructions, ideas, and information. It's a great place for beginners and advanced woodworking alike. Whether you're looking to make a custom cabinet, create a bow tie inlay on a countertop, or just learn the best way to make a plunge cut with a jigsaw. I particularly liked their gift making tutorials over the holidays, and for my next project, I'm going to learn how to work with epoxy, something I've always wanted to play around with. The first 1,000 of you that click on the video description will get a full year of premium membership to Woodworkers Guild of America for only $1.49, valid for new members only.
So this is our home. We live here. This is the Jungalow. So this is a triple axle 30-foot trailer. This home is 90% reclaimed. This is all old growth, reclaimed cedar. So it was an old lanai, a deck that we disassembled and then resawn with the bandsaw into these 1x6. And then everything to the right of the chimney is about 90% albizia, so utilizing the invasive tree species. So this home, 30 foot, it's a tiny home. It's tiny. But ways to extend it, make it bigger. So we just bumped out this little seating area. It's only like a 16-inch bump out, but it just creates a little bit more space. And then we have a covered screened lanai. This porch is covered, screened, out of the rain, out of the sun, out of the bugs. You have a very beautiful, connected way of living. You're close to the outdoors, and if it's nice, which is mostly all the time, we come out here. So we never lived in just this half. We always had the vision as the family is growing is to extend it. We doubled our square footage. We love live edge. We love to really bring in from nature as much organics as we can and show its natural beauty. This is also the scribing, when we can merge and marry two pieces of material. I really feel that's a great way to really honor its natural curve and not just square it off and cut it into a dimensional, inorganic shape. So welcome to the inside of the house. This is all post and beam, so it's 6x6 albizia, milled here on the land from trees that we fell on the land. This is just really a covered screen lanai. So essentially this is a shed roof style, so it's a pretty simple style. Angling to the front, so when it's on the road, it's got aerodynamics, and also it gives a loft opportunity in the higher part of the home. These are the stealths, the stair shelves that go up to my boy's room. He's 9 and this is his little cozy loft. For his age, I feel it's appropriate. He'll grow it out, but I've got other ideas to actually chop this section of roof and hinge it. We're on a shed roof, so it's all this angle, but if we just hinge this back side and raise the front, we'll create a nice elevated space. So when you come up the stairs, you don't hit your head. You also have more windows, view, airflow, and also height so he can stand. And then behind him, beneath that, we have my daughter's room. She's 12. So in this home, we use a lot of driftwood. Driftwood is basically a tree that's fallen, been eroded by a river, by the ocean. And in essence, it's rolled around on the beach, through the waves. It's been sanded literally. It's sun-baked, and it has a beautiful gray patina and/or the bark's being peeled off. It's already art. To bring that art in and use it as functional art, I really love. Coming into the kitchen, this is the tiny house starting kind of here that's on wheels. So this is kind of the original creation. So this is our kitchen here. We have concrete countertop. So this concrete countertop is my sustainable version using beach sand and coral as the aggregate. And then we love to infuse crystal in just for the extra beautifications. We have the sink, stove, fridge. So we didn't have the funds for the whole solar. So basically propane stove and electric grid for electricity that we're running most things. Reclaimed seated cabinets. Basically it's a full kitchen, galley style. We do these rolling around windows. It's basically tempered glass that was a tabletop, and we repurposed it into a functional, operable, rolling around window, which is basically like a sliding door. So these stairs are some beautiful locally sewn monkey pod treads. The size is larger than a normal tread, yet we have the capacity here to create, a pretty decent size storage. So these doors have, from kitchen to linen, and also a composting toilet.
So this is our bedroom, our little sleeping nook, and I actually converted this wall into a little station for rise because it is a tiny home, so we need to maximize all of our spaces and places. And just a big bed because we enjoy the comforts. So another one of Jack's cool designs is to have that functional art aspect. So it's a dimensional wall. And then we actually have like little shelves that are the wood pieces that kind of jet out from it.
So we ended up putting a bath in this space. It's a bathroom that's a little bit larger than most in a tiny house, but we do have a shower as well. And then we do have this bath, which we love. We love to have the soaks. So yeah, the showers on the smaller side, you go in there with a baby and it's challenging. You go in there to wash your hair and it's challenging too. So I don't wash my hair, so that's my answer. But yeah, smaller shower, so not as, luxury style, but having the tub for that. So like picking and choosing what's ideal for one's needs. In the subtropics, you don't really need to heat a home, except it gets very moist and damp here in the North Shore. So we have a wood burning fireplace, which we love, just to dry us out is really a beautiful component, and we cook on it as well. Here in the subtropics, I don't feel we need insulation. I don't really feel we need air conditioning. So one of the components of what we've been doing for years is creating these vents. These are just normal floor register vents that you have in colder parts of the world to bring the heat up into your house. We just have these to bring the cool air. So the coolest part of your house is under the house, out of the sun, and closest to the ground. So this naturally has a vacuum, meaning the air comes in because it's heating and rising and it goes up, and we have all these upper windows. So you get that natural pull, not necessarily relying on too much energy to run and to make it comfortable, but more so just the environment. To utilize the height of the tiny home, we put in this like daybed kind of loft. It still has the openness rather than a solid kind of floor, yet it has another component, especially with kids for reading or kind of cozy cuddles, that's not so much in this space. So this is the Wave home. This is a home we built maybe 8 years ago and was the first home on this land. My family lived in it, 4 of us, 4 years, 240 square feet. So it has this crazy cool curved roof, which I love. We call it the Wave because you have that wave kind of feel. So this is a 24-foot trailer, 8 foot wide, a lot of driftwood. So we got more of this driftwood kind of weaving through here. On the hitch, basically, there's the triangle kind of hitch that attaches to the truck. To utilize the space as best we could, we thought to put a little, it's actually an old teak tabletop. And in that, it creates a little platform here to a little shower space. So this space is interesting just with the curves of the roof. You know, it kind of comes down here. You can see these guava, so another very invasive tree that curves, and you can run your eye up and see how these trees create this curve of this whole house. And basically that was the inspiration for this build. It was purely based on nature. It was challenging to work with. You know, you apply a straight roof to a curved piece. So we have these bridge work, if you will, where these reclaimed copper pieces give it spacing so you can have a nice curved form for the roof. Trying to find the integrity is always an interesting component. So when you do triangles, you're getting a brace. So there's a brace going left to right here for when we're driving down the road. It turns out that this piece was ideal to create a structural point to really help with the rigidity and creating that stability, which is a key component. With the curve coming down, you're losing height. So we did this bump out, and that creates the head space and the functionality of this kitchen. This kitchen is quite small. We have a deep freeze converted to a fridge. So a way to save energy is you still use a deep freeze for the refrigeration part, but you put a timer on it so it's just acts as a fridge. This style basically has the countertop built on, so rather than just having a deep freeze where it wouldn't be as practical, this is kind of a way to have it as a prep station and also a freezer refrigerator underneath. So we have a tank under here, 100 gallons of rain catchment. So we have rain catchment, rooftop garden up here, composting toilet, solar panel, solar hot water. This home was designed to be fully self-sufficient, fully off the grid. So we do have these gas springs that help the lift. This is just my peace of mind. A nice hardwood stick here. But essentially, as you can see, this couch kind of open like a taco. It has a nice indoor-outdoor feel. I think it's one of the most key components of living small or tiny, is to have that blendability from the indoors and out. There's so many windows around, and the wooden frame windows just have a different energy than the PVC kind of plasticky ones. So I've just been collecting them and thought, how do I incorporate them if they're all different? But like a mosaic, right? When they're all, you know, different, but they complement each other and they go together well, just in a collage fashion. So from these operable windows and whatnot to just stained glass that, you know, was broken, had a crack. Also, there's this live edge of the glass where it actually, when they pour the glass, the resin, as it cures, it has the outer edge, which you don't really see. It's normally captured, but I thought to make a feature out of it. And of course, loving the blue-green, so staining the wood darker as it gets lighter, like a wave or like the ocean would. Very water-inspired, you know. It's like if you look at the rain catchment and how it comes down, and all the water components are center in the house, so it has that like honoring and energetics of the water from the shower to the sink and to the catchment storage facility, which I feel is that mimicry, looking at nature, looking at the beauty, and just, you know, feeling into how a home can be a representation and a reminder of, you know, the blessings we get daily that we somewhat forget. So we have a bathroom here with some closets each side, pantry kind of closet, and then this spiral staircase kind of goes to a ladder. This worked pretty well. Our kids were 3 and 5 when we moved into this, so they were old enough to climb and utilize these stairs. So yeah, as you can see, It is cozy, but there's quite enough space. It fits a king and a double quite well. Another operable part of this home is to have the loft expandable. So if we roll this up, essentially this bamboo just rolls up, and then you have more of a vaulted ceiling. So you can roll up. So if it's just 2 people or an individual up there, you just have that size bed, but for a family, it can roll out. So quite easy, strong, structural, yet ready for like a family of 4. We got a bunch of different tiny homes here. One is this home we're donating to a Lahaina family. The main part of building sustainable and creating these regenerative healing homes is cost efficiency. You know, cost is major. It's been the bottom line, and we're trying to bring the bottom line not just from cost, but also how is it good for the planet and the occupants of that home. So it's a bit of a balance here to try to figure out a way to make it more sustainable and effective and efficient so we can somewhat mass produce and take care of the housing crisis. The driving force of what we are doing really is utilizing what is local and sustainable and a problem. So the invasive trees are a massive problem here in the state of Hawaii, and so redirecting them is key. The main invasive tree species we're using are these big, beautiful albizia trees here. They're actually perceived to be weak because they do have a very shallow root system, and they have a massive canopy, so they're subject to wind, which we get a lot of here. Yet, once you mill the timbers, it has a very fibrous, beautiful grain structure that makes it actually stronger than Douglas fir. So what we're standing in is this albizia home. It's all single wall. So this is all tongue and groove panels that drop into the posts. So this home is about 90% local, organic, sustainable material. And what we're doing is we're just bringing Mama Gaia, her beautiful creations, her beautiful offerings into a home space that is conducive to family. So we love functional art. This is just a countertop, but yet it's an albizia surfboard. The family this is going to, their father's an amazing longboarder. And so creating a little bit of a custom element to bring that functional art in, we love to do. We also have a beautiful copper shower here. This is, you know, a way to get away from tile. Copper is not cheap, yet it is pretty reasonable compared to all the levels and layers of tile. Plus tile doesn't do so well moving down the road. This is a very beautiful, locally sourced eucalyptus. So it's very dense, very hard, makes a good countertop space. This table is actually the butt end of this countertop, so it kind of all is one, even though we've changed the angle. And its leg here is a Lahala leg. So this is the driftwood piece. I love driftwood. And so it's a great way to get material. Developing sustainable solutions is exciting. It's a lot of work, yes, but it's exciting because we get to find and feel what really resonates. And being a human, being embodied, being in service in these vessels, it feels like that's what we're here for.
Thanks for watching this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you soon with another unique home tour.